Ever play the game World Without Oil? It is a massively collaborative imagining of the first 32 weeks of a global oil crisis, described as a, quote, serious game for the public good and a, quote, future-changing experience. Its designer is Dr. Jane McGonigal, famous for her book, Reality is Broken: Why Games Make Us Better and How They Can Change the World. The premise was that if we could use the whole brain engagement engendered by role-playing simulations, assisted by the power of computer technology and the connectivity of a modern MMORPG, a massive multiplayer online role-playing game, we could collectively work our way through crises in virtual reality and solve problems before the real disaster befalls us. For this module of our course, you could play World Without Oil and apply the insights you gained to the topic we're covering this week: power politics, producing and preparing food in a world without fossil fuels. Or you could make up your own games, your own simulations, role-playing simulations. The point is to convince your hearts and minds that that day, the day we can no longer afford to use oil, whether because we run out of it or simply because it becomes too expensive or dangerous to use, is coming soon, and to truly start preparing. Not just talking about it, living it. The game challenges you to try living without oil right now. And I challenge you to do that too, right now, while you still have it to fall back on each time you fail, each time you lose the game, each time it's game over. In this module, in my lecture, I will do my best to demonstrate to you that running out of oil is the last thing we should be worrying about. I'll try to show you that getting off our addiction to oil is just like getting off any of our addictions to drugs and alcohol and grains and sugar. Yeah, sugar. You wake up and you realize that you were far better off without it in the first place. And once you're clean, you see things with a clear head for the first time. I'm going to try to convince you that we never needed oil in the first place, that oil has been a curse rather than a blessing all along, and that Sheikh Yamani of the Arab Gulf was quite right when he said during the first so-called oil crisis of 1973, "The Stone Age did not end because we ran out of stones." Game on.